what can you get for $5 at the Family Dollar store? You can get these amazing buckets for growing plants. I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay, so I'm starting one of these containers, and the first thing I want to do is put drain holes in it, but you want it to be self-wicking, so you do want it to hold some water. So I went, about 3 or 4 inches up the container, and then I just put holes periodically around it. It was super easy to poke the holes in here. I might want to open them up a little bit more, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, so that's the first step. Now we're going to build up the bottom and then add some garden fabric, weed fabric to it. I have some left over from when I did the floor in here. So we're going to do that, and then we'll put soil on top of that and plant what we want to grow in here. So that's the next step. I have the container. I have coffee cans upside down inside of it, along with a bottle that I cut in half. I poked holes in so air can escape, so they won't want to float, so no air will be trapped underneath them. Alright, so now I'm going to put, you saw I was kind of cutting this before, so this is garden fabric. I had some left over, so I am putting this down in here, and we're just going to tuck it down around all the edges like this. Alright, it's kind of hard to see, I think, but we want it to go all the way down in so that it picks up the water and wicks it up into the soil. So there's that. And then I will take my, apologize, I will take my recycled tree trimming thingy and we'll put it down alongside also. Alright, so there we go. That's how I did that. Okay, so I took some of the dirt from the pile. I mixed some of the sand that I had left over from the greenhouse floor, and I mixed it together to kind of break up the dirt a little bit. It compacts very easily, so I wanted to put some sand in there and kind of keep it from compacting too much. And then I put seed starting mix on the top. So there's like about an inch or two of seed starting mix on the top layer. Then I put snapdragons in this bucket. The other thing is I found a water filling tube. It's actually, it used to be an extension for a tree trimming saw, or I don't know, a limb saw or something, I don't know. But it was just junk laying around, so Brian said I could cut it. So I was able to get actually 3 or 4. I have 2 so far and another piece that I haven't cut yet, so at least 3 tubes like this out of it. So that will let me fill the water from the bottom if I need to or whatever. So anyway, so that's that. So now I'm going to water the seeds, and we're just going to keep them in here for now. For now is a little bit cool, and coming up there's going to be some nights that are a little bit too cool for things to grow outside, but the greenhouse is doing very well and staying pretty warm all the time, so we're going to try it. Let's see what we can do. I picked this up at the Farm and Home Supply. I think I paid like $8 for it. You can also get them at Dollar General. I've seen them. I mean, you can get them pretty much anywhere, but they're not super expensive, and I love them because they kind of mist. Alright, so I'm going to fill it back up with some rainwater, and then I will go water it. Alright, let's see if I can do this while holding the camera. This will be the trick here. Okay, here we go. Ah, look at that. Perfection. It's almost like I planned it or something. I didn't even try that before I turned the camera on. All right, so here we go. Yeah, so the rainwater barrel works out pretty well. I got this rain barrel on eBay for $30. So just so you know. Okay, that'll give me plenty to get going. All right, so tighten that. Uh-oh, not doing that part so well. There we go. All right, so let's go water our little seeds. Snapdragon seeds are super, super tiny. So we definitely don't want a high pressure water. And this thing is twisty, but super fine mist, so it won't blow our seeds all away. All right, so I will get this all wet down, and then I'll actually add water down the tube so that it has water underneath it, but get them all soaked down so they don't get knocked around too much inside the tub. All right, that's it. Okay, since I'm all about learning and you know, all that, like I said, it's all learning for me. I want to point this out because, you know, it's a rookie mistake, I know. So I thought that I had smoothed the topsoil out pretty well, but even with my superfine mist, once I started wetting it down, I got some pretty good pools. My guess is that my teeny tiny little seeds are pooled up now. So that's just like I said, a rookie mistake, and I thought I'd point it out so maybe you guys won't do the same thing I did. All right, so I don't know what to do with it really. We'll leave it, see what happens. While watering, the water started coming out the hole. It was only because I was spraying directly over that hole. Like if I moved to another side, it wasn't coming out. So it wasn't full all the way to the holes, it was just coming out. The other thing I'll mention is this container was very heavy when I put it here, so keep that in mind. I mean, it seems obvious, I'm sure. Some of you are like, yeah, Alex, she has to tell us that, but you know, make sure you know where you're gonna put it before you fill it and put water in it, because once you have all the water in and the soil is all wet, it's gonna be really heavy. So yeah, just think about that. It's only an 11-gallon container, but now it has sand and soil and water and all that stuff. So, you know, just think about it before when you're deciding where you're gonna place it. With the sound. All right. So I haven't put seeds in this one yet. I'm getting ready to. But I did wet all the soil. I mixed it up, and then I used my hose and I actually filled through the pipe underneath. So I filled it until the water started leaking back out again. So apparently it's fuller than I realized because that water is still coming out. But anyway, so I just waited until I saw it coming out of the holes, and then I considered that is full enough at the bottom, and so now I will put the seeds in that one. I'll wet the top a little bit more, just spray it down, and then add the seeds. And hopefully that will stay wet enough that I won't have to come out and water it often. It should self-water, at least for now. It'll keep itself going, and then when I move it outside, that should help it to stay watered well enough too. All right, let's see what's next. Yeah, I almost forgot. So I decided in the second one, so in the first one I put snapdragons, in the second one I'm going to put these two together, because this one is low ground covering and this one is tall, and so I think the colors will be pretty together, and I don't know, the smell might be overwhelming, we'll see, but it's gonna be behind the greenhouse, I think. So yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I think they'll be pretty together. All planted and ready for growing. So once these sprout and the weather is warm enough, I will not be moving these flowers from these containers. I'm going to leave them in and I'm just going to move the containers outside of the greenhouse. So there will be 3 along the back side of the greenhouse, snapdragons, the lavender, and then the 3rd one is going to be strawberries. So that's what we're going to do. Have you tried growing in containers? What does that look like? What are you growing? How successful has it been? What did I do wrong? All right, I'd love to hear what you think, and thanks for watching. See you soon.